Greetings everybody. This is just a bunch of experiences I'm gonna put together in a video, basically a continuation from my last one. So, when I was about 9 years old, I was laying down, maybe I was 8, I don't remember, but anyway, I was young, and I was laying down, and I heard my parents fighting, my mom and my stepdad, and they were going at it, like yelling so loud, and I was in my bed, and I was so frightened, and scared. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to do something, but I couldn't, and I wanted to, and I was so sad, and I was crying, and I'm laying there, and the sheets are like up to here, and I'm laying hands by my side, and all of a sudden I got so mad, like I was crying and sad and mad all at once, and I got so mad, and I just started just shaking, and I didn't know what to do, and and all of a sudden I saw like this light at the, come from, like, I was looking straight, and I looked down, and I see this light, and I kind of like, my hands were at the bottom, at my sides, so I kind of lifted my elbows and kind of looked under, and my right hand was lit up like a ball of light, just lit up, and it tripped me out. I was like, oh God, and I kind of like shook my hand off, and then I looked back, and there was nothing there. But I would never forget that. I will never forget that. Like, that tripped me out. I was just a little kid, so many emotions, and tripped me out. Going on. Oh, so I had this one dream that was like if you ever seen the movie Inception. So I was in a dream. I'm standing like in an office, and my father is next to me, and I'm walking through the halls, and he walks out, and we kind of walk through the office and kind of walk out, and right when you walk out of this office, it's like a dock right away, and then there's a boat. And so we're walking out to this boat, we're about to get on this boat, and the security guard knocks off, like drops an iPhone, like my iPhone or my father's iPhone and an iPad into the water. And I'm like, what the heck, and no one jumped in the water, so I jumped in the water. And I went all the way back down to the bottom of the ocean or the sea or wherever it was, and I pick up these two, the iPhone and the iPad, and I'm kind of like standing there, I'm like, whoa, I don't need to breathe. Like, I kind of was there for a little bit, like looking around, like what's going on. It didn't click that I was in a dream. So I come out, I swim out, and I kind of fly out actually, and I get onto the dock, and I throw him back, and I kind of look at the security guard like, what did you do? Like, why would you do that? And I don't remember what I was saying. I don't remember, but at that moment, I kind of like was like, don't stress. Just my subconscious, like my reflexes, my reactions. Like, don't stress. You don't need these situations. So I kind of looked out into like the ocean, and I looked up at the sun. And when I looked up at the sun had like these waves, like in the middle of it, that were going like this. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of trippy. Like, what the heck? Why is the sun? And then boom, I woke up. Right? I woke up, but I was still in a dream. And I woke up and I was thinking to myself, like, whoa, that's kind of weird. Like, the sun had these weird waves, and I started walking, and I'm still in this office, right? And I'm thinking, whoa, that was a weird dream. I'm thinking about a dream in a dream. And I walk out, and I'm on this dock, and I'm like, whoa, like, but I was just here. And I look up, I look back at the sun, and I see it again. And the sun it wasn't like the same type of waves. They were kind of smaller. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute, that means I'm still in a dream. And I started laughing. I was like, oh, I'm still in a dream. So, boom, wake up again. And I'm like, man, that's weird. And I get up, and I'm walking around, and but I'm still in the dream, right? And I'm walking around this office still, and I'm like, and I can't remember what it was, where I was walking around, but I think I was still in the office. But I remember I walk outside, because I was looking for somebody to tell about what just happened. That I was in a dream, thinking of a dream, and I'm like, you won't, and I don't remember who I saw, but somebody I knew. I'm like, whoa, you won't believe what just happened. I was in a dream, and I looked at the sun, and then this happened, and this happened, and I woke up, and I was like, wait a minute. And I looked back up, and little do I know, I looked up at the sun, because it was like beaming down on me, and I was kind of explaining everything. I don't remember how it happened, but I remember I look up, and I look back at the sun, and the sun is, it doesn't have like waves anymore. It's kind of like staticky, right? And I'm like, whoa, I'm still in a dream, and I'm tripped out. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then, because I know kind of how to like wake myself up, so I kind of was like, whoa, I need to wake up. So I kind of, boom, I wake up. And now I'm tripped out. I'm like, whoa, not scared, but I'm kind of tripping. Like, what was that? So I'm walking around, I'm like, man, that was weird. And I'm contemplating myself. You know, I'm walking around, my head's kind of down, just walking around thinking to myself, like, whoa, that was a dream. I was in a dream, thinking in a dream, telling about someone else about a dream, and then, just blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, wait a minute. What if I'm still in this dream? And I looked back up at the sun, and it was like fizz, like the sun, and you just see fizz, like just energy, and now that's when I got scared, and I was like, oh no, now and I just did this kind of energy burst, and boom, and that's when I really woke up, and I opened my eyes, and I was like, whew, that was trippy, because how deep was I, it was just, and then my brain starts thinking of all these things about different realms, different dimensions. It just tripped me out, and I was just basically in the same place in different vibrations, I was in the same scenario, observing from different realms, different frequencies. Anyway, it was interesting. Hope you enjoyed that, and I don't think I have anything. Yeah, maybe make another video about different experiences. Much love to everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and hope you enjoyed the video.